Ladies, if you're still feeling like you lack willpower and you still believe that the reason you're overweight or the reason your body's hanging on to weight is because you cannot restrict your calories or you cannot be disciplined enough, then you need to listen to me today. And you need to be open minded because everything that you have heard up till now, what society's been teaching us, what everyone's believing, what everyone's doing and following, and I did it for years myself, is wrong. And it's not only wrong, it is really making things worse. And we really need to get past this information now that we have to restrict our eating, restrict our calories, and that's what's going to make us thin, and then that we have to struggle to maintain that forever. And this idea that it's us against food or our bodies, it is so outdated now. It is so old. It's obviously not working. I mean, there's so many diets out there, and people keep going on different diets and then gaining the weight back and going on different diets. And obviously, it's not working. Otherwise, you wouldn't have to keep yo yoing on different diets. So I am losing my shit because I'm seeing all these people doing this, and it's so frustrating and it's so wrong. There is no need for it, and we need to just turn this around and start working with our bodies now. So I hear day after day women say to me when they first come in and they want to learn about my program, and they say that they are scared because they feel they lack discipline. They feel they won't be able to stick with it. They almost all have stories of trying things in the past, but then not being able to stick with it. Something comes up in life and then they go off track. Or when they are done the program, then the weight comes back on. And so they start having this belief that it's something they're doing, something they're not, they don't have the strength to they don't have the willpower, they don't have the discipline. And it's just such an ingrained way of thinking. And I know it's hard to change it, but please be open minded and hear me out today because that information, as long as you're still following it, will lead you astray over and over and over again. You will never be free of this until you do it differently. So get your mind away from calorie restriction. And here's why. As soon as you restrict your calories and go on any diet or fad, your body is going to go into a stress response. It's going to think it's in a state of famine, and it's going to want to protect you by hanging on to those fat stores, the energy reserves. It's natural. Obviously, it's just trying to reserve its fuel. So it's going to slow down your metabolism, and it's going to hang on to the fat stores. And then as soon as you do go off track, or you're going to have intense cravings and hunger, and eventually you're going to go off, your body's just going to want to gain that weight back really quickly. Okay, so I want you to start thinking now in terms of um, leptin, and not looking at fat as like just excess calories that are just getting stored. Leptin is actually more like an organ. It is its own beast. It functions like an organ, and it actually produces hormones. And leptin is something of extreme interest to me right now. Um, it is a hormone that is produced when we eat. It's the hormone that says to us, to our brain, it sends a signal to stop eating. You're satisfied. So, this is what should happen when we eat food. Um, the problem is, like, are you feeling that you are hungry all the time, or hungry, certain times of day when you feel like you need a reward from the day, maybe in the evening? Do you feel like you get cravings? Do you feel like you lack willpower? All of these things are a sign that you're not getting the leptin, the signal to your brain that you're full, that you've eaten enough, that you're satisfied. Now, the thing about leptin is it's made from fat. So if you have a lot of abnormal fat stores, fat cells, then you actually have a lot of leptin. So it would make sense that you would just eat a little bit and you should feel full right away because you would have so much leptin that should be secreted that sends a signal to your brain that says you're full. If you actually are a thin person and you don't have a lot of abnormal fat reserves, then you actually should have to eat more to get that same amount of leptin to signal to your brain that you're full. Problem is, when people have a lot of abnormal fat cells, even though they have a lot of leptin, which should be signaling to their brain when they eat, that they're satisfied, that they're full, that they don't need to eat more. The problem is when you get too much fat cell and your body is in a stress response, this actually can cause leptin resistance, similar to insulin resistance, but leptin resistance. So the body isn't actually getting the signal that from the leptin. It's not getting the signal that it's eaten enough, that it's satisfied, that it's full. And you're also not getting that pleasure signal. So you're still needing that reward if you've had a stressful day from your food. So it's a lot of this is just chemical. So what's the solution? The solution is we have to get rid of those fat cells, the abnormal fat cells, not the normal ones that are healthy. Um, but we have to do this by de-stressing the body. Because if you go on a diet or a calorie restriction, you're going to, like I said before, send a message of stress, of calorie, of starvation mode. Your body will go into a stress response. So the answer, the solution to this is so simple. It's so simple. That's what we're doing on my program, is we are just sending the body the right signals, and we're not manipulating it. We are not working against it. We are working with it. We are giving it what it needs. It needs to de-stress. It needs to be supported. We do this with homeopathic remedies. De-stress the body, allow the body to go to those abnormal fat stores now and start getting the signal. So the mitochondria is now able to get the signal from the leptin and allow the fat in. Mitochondria then produces energy from those fat stores. Once this is happening efficiently, the body will be able to lose that fat and release it easily. And you'll also be getting that signal to your brain that you've eaten, you're satisfied, you're pleasured. You do not need to go to food um, for reward or for hunger or for cravings. You will feel satisfied and in full. And that's why on my program, people aren't feeling hunger and cravings and low blood sugars. And normally when if you go on a restrictive diet, it's torture. That's because your body's in a stress response and it's not getting that signal. So this is what we need to start focusing on, working with your body, getting rid of those fat stores, those abnormal fat stores, and de-stressing your body so that your body is now getting that signal from the leptin when you eat, that it is satisfied, it's fueled, it's sufficient, and you're also getting the energy because that fat metabolism is happening effectively. It is just so simple when you work with the body and do it this way. And so my clients aren't joking around when they are saying these, they're writing posts all the time, all day long. They are doing videos and they're letting you know how good they're feeling. When they start on my program, they say, Carrie, I don't have to be one of those people that write a post about and do a before and after picture or do a video. And I say, of course not. You don't have to. But once they do their 6 weeks or 2 months, whatever it is, and they've transformed their life, their body, the fat is just gone, and they're feeling a whole new relationship with their body and with food. They just feel so good and so inspired that they want to share it. They want to inspire others. They want other women to be free. That's why they're sharing it with you. And they are not making this up. And you can see it in their faces. They're glowing and they're happy and they're healthy. And this is information that we need to have now, women. Like, I'm over it. I'm not even joking. Stop with the lies, stop with the dieting, stop with the calorie restriction. I want for each and every one of us women now to be free. I am sorry that I sound so intense right now, but I feel very emotional about this because I struggled for years and years too, and I hear women suffering all the time and struggling, and then they think on top of it that it's their fault, and there's so much shame involved, and it is not. your body is just not in balance. You're not getting those signals properly. We need to work with your body, get it working properly again, help it do what it's trying to do. We're just going to support it in doing that in the quickest, most efficient way, in a natural way, in a cleanse, which is an ancient practice to work with your body, let it rejuvenate itself, and support it in doing that. Let's stop manipulating our bodies and let's stop restricting those calories, which is only making the problem worse. It's lowering your metabolism, it's causing more stress on your body, and it's just going to continue like that, yo yoing on and on forever. You will never be free of this until you correct this issue. So please, let's stop this. It's nonsense. You can be free of this. So let me know if you want to know more. Or I have so many hundreds of testimonials of people and women that are just changing. They've totally changed their life and they're free of dieting forever. They have a new relationship with their body and with food. And most importantly, they feel good. They feel amazing. They have lots of energy and they're living their life more fully. And that is sincerely what I want for all of us women. We need to be empowered and feeling amazing and expressing ourselves to the fullest in this world. So I want to help you do that. So reach out to me if you have any questions or if you want to talk to me personally about this, so I can explain more and go through it with you. So I absolutely hope I get to work with you soon. I really want to help women who are ready to be free of this. Reach out to me. Okay? Bye. I hope to talk to some of you soon.